So, we're going to talk about the ozone layer, and basically, back in the mid-19th century, we used very harmful chemicals that were in refrigerators, and they were so harmful that people needed to find an alternative chemical as a coolant. And so they discovered or made CFCs. Now, CFCs were very beneficial to us, as in they were non-toxic and they were non-flammable, but eventually, soon they started to realize that CFCs dramatically affected the ozone layer and the stratosphere. The stratosphere is part of our atmosphere, and basically, think of the ozone layer as a filter for the sun. So although the sun has very great things for us, like keeping us warm and helping plants grow, photosynthesis, but it does have some negative effects on us, like UV radiation, which can cause cancer, damage to your eyes, as well as affecting other ecosystems, altering food chains, biochemical cycles, as well as immune deficiency disorders. The ozone layer blocks that. That's what helps us keep alive. But CFCs was destroying that. Now, the chemicals, but the one chemical that was in it was chloride, and that was creating that hole. It was destroying the O3 in the ozone layer. But luckily, the world was, they're like, oh shit, you get together, and they did, and they made the Montreal Protocol. Now, what that is basically just cutting off CFC uses, and that dramatically helped the ozone layer. And now it's in recovery, and soon it might be recovered by 2050. Who knows? But that leads to climate change. Climate change is more of either natural or human impacted, and right now it's mostly human impacted because the immense of carbon emissions that is going into Earth, or our atmosphere, greenhouse gases and whatever, and it's making the Earth hotter. And although carbon is very good for our atmosphere, too much of it can be really bad. And when the sun hits our Earth, the sunlight reflects back, and as well as heat. But carbon and all these chemicals are making it so that the heat is trapped, so it's making the world hotter, making sea levels rise, making cities be flooded, refugees, leading to all those causes, and there's nothing being done about it. Nothing being done. And the only way is to be involved. Do more research. This is not a political thing. There's no two sides of this climate crisis that is happening. And I could definitely say that the ozone layer and climate change is similar because, the human impacted side of it, but one side, or how they're different, is that one story is that humans actually did something about it, and the other side is we're doing nothing about it, or some people are doing something about it. Not the whole world, some. And this is a problem because, as you can see, the fires, you can see all that in Shelter Cove. There is a fire maybe like 2 hours away, but all the smoke that came over here, and it's not bad or anything, you don't smell it because all the air, like the ocean, is clearing it up, but that's not bad. But this is a prime example because the fires that has been happening in California, the thunderstorms, all that dry stuff